Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies declared the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I'm John Horton, the founder of your Best Body at 40 Plus program for men and women. Catch me on the Brandon Holt Show this Tuesday at 7 Central Standard Time. Peace. Hi, I want to ask you a question. Are you a man or woman of 40 plus and you're more than 25 pounds overweight? Well, let me tell you something. You could be suffering from insulin resistance. Okay, and the problem with this is this is basically a pre-diabetic state. All right, and we know being diabetic is not the way to go. Okay, it makes your life a lot harder and much more higher risk of death. All right, so what I do is I try to help men and women of 40 years old and older to help them through a lifestyle change in order for them to lose those unnecessary pounds, those life-threatening pounds, and increase your overall energy and vitality. This is what I do. For over 15 years, I've been helping men and women of 40 plus change their lives. But let me tell you a little something about myself first. I came from professional football. I played in college and went on to the professional level. So a lot of the people say, oh, John, you're already in shape, or you've always been in shape. But that's not how it was always. When I retired from playing football, I made a decision, a conscious decision, that I was going to stop training, that I was going to stop watching my food, stop getting my rest. I was done with all of that. Well, here, let me tell you, 12 to 18 months later, I was 25, almost 30 pounds overweight. My energy was down. I really felt stressed out, depressed. I had absolutely no libido. And I was just like, this was the end. I thought, oh, well, this is the way it is, and this is how I'm going to go out. But I went out and sought help and done research and realized that this is a common problem for us men and women of 40 plus. We sit in a hormonal imbalance state where our hormones are not in balance because of life and being 20 and 30 and getting your career together, getting your family together, taking care of everything around you and everybody else around you except taking care of yourself. All right? And now you find yourself overweight, stressed out, and don't know what to do. You hear all this confusing information on social media, TV, what have you, all right, on what the crash diet, vegetarian, intermittent fasting, things like this, eating strategies like this. But the bottom line is, for us as a 40-plus man and woman, we must do the things that we need to do to create hormonal balance, because our hormones are mechanisms that are in our body that are in place to help us live a healthier, fuller life. But because through the 20 and 30 years old, we're eating not the proper way, we're not getting the proper rest, we're not even exercising, all right? And over time, over years, like I've always said, and like what I say is, your hormones are out of balance. But don't worry, it's not your fault. I'm here to tell you, I'm here to help. I've helped over 2,000 men and women of 40 plus to change their lives. And this is what I want to offer to you. If you're a man or woman of 40 plus and you're more than 25 pounds overweight, please reach out to Brandon Hope. Ask him to find me and how you can get in contact with me. As a matter of fact, you can talk to Brandon about his great transformation and what he's going through running with my program, Your Best Body at 40 Plus. All right? Anything you need, please ask Brandon, and I've got your back.
Hey, BHS family, I am here with the international recording artist, the one and only, the man himself, Mr. Mario Bryant, all the way from the Los Angeles, California area. Mario, welcome to the show. What got you into the music industry?
What got me into music? Well, I had a dream. Started with a dream. I wanted to be, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be in music. And but actually what started with me in music was, let me tell you this little story. Started with a typewriter, you know, and everybody said, what is this typewriter thing all about? So I wanted to be a pianist. And so there was no piano in the home. And so I will take my dad's old typewriter from me if it's bad. He didn't want me using it. So I took it and and I just pretended it was a piano. And it started right there. And then so actually when I got to a little bit older, I started listening to Stevie Wonder, Clark Sisters, because I'm from the church. My dad was a minister, so started out in gospel. So when I went to go see the Clark Sisters live, that's what did it. That's what did it.
And you said Stevie Wonder, so real quick, just for the fans, just drop a real, 30-second Stevie Wonder, 10, 20 seconds. Can you sing one on the spot, Mario?
Okay.
Anything, right off the top. Stevie Wonder, here we go. We're live on the Brandon Hope Show, everybody.
Yeah. Looking back on when I was a little nappy-headed boy. Mama gave me money for Sunday school.
So Mario, you sing several different styles of music. Which style do you prefer the most?
Gosh.
Come on, Mario. Come on, man. Everybody's watching. We want to know.
You know what? I prefer gospel because I grew up in it. But then on the other hand, opera is like the thing with me right now. So I mean, I'm watching Andre Bocelli. I'm watching Pavarotti. Those two right there, and I study them. And then so when I went out to sing it, people really gravitate to it. So that's kind of blowing up. So
what's the hardest about singing opera? Because I've tried to hit the high notes a couple of times, and that's not me. So what's the key?
Okay, the difference between singing opera and with gospel is training. When you sing gospel music, you just kind of let it go. It's in your throat, and you just kind of let it go and let your heart get into it, and you forget the training. Okay, that's what happens to me. Okay. So, but when opera sets in, then you remember all the training. You sing from the diaphragm. You have your head voice and your chest voice, and you have to kind of blend them all. Okay, and then by me being a tenor, you have to make sure your breath is supporting those high notes, because that's what they want to hear in that song. And towards the end of the song, you're singing O Sole Mio or whatever. They want to hear that high note.
We hear you talking, Mario, but we need some proof.
You need some?
We need some proof. We hear you talking, but we need to hear something.
Okay. Mana tu sole, ch'io bello in me, o sole mio, stai in fronte a te. O sole mio, stai in fronte a te, stai in fronte a te.
Hey everybody, we're here with the Brandon Hope Show. Stay tuned, we got to pay those bills, but guess what? We will be right back. Mario, you've been on all different types of talk shows, the Arsenio Hall show, big ups, man, the Lakers national anthem 10 times. Yes. And you also competed on the Fox TV show, I Can Hear Your Voice. And so tell us what are some of the other shows you've been on, some of the experiences that you've had and how that's impacted you?
Well, I have to say, also, I sang with David Foster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, David Foster, I won his contest. Didn't think I was going to win it. I just submitted my video, sent it in. Next thing I know, I get a phone call down to at Gibson Amphitheater. And that was amazing because Bryant McKnight was there, Chicago, all those groups, whatever were there. And Dr. Phil's in the audience, and it was quite frightening. But that was my...
And what was that experience like when you were there, man, and you just were in front of all of these iconic singers? Gosh. Did you feel like you made it?
I felt like scared. That's what I felt. I felt like I'm scared, but I knew I was there for a reason. You know, I was like, I worked hard at it, and here I am. You know, and it's my moment. I should capture it.
It seems, Mario, that a lot of young talent, people are looking for a quick fix, like instant stardom. What are the pros and the cons?
Well, if you notice these days, there's a lot of instant spotlight going on because of the social media. The difference between those singers and the singers who studied their craft and went through the years of, you know, performing in front of audience, there's a big difference. And you can tell by the way they sing. And you can tell they're here one day and they're gone the next. And
you've been grinding. You're working hard. So to all of the young aspiring singers out there, don't think it's going to happen overnight. You got to keep pushing. You got to grind. And as Mario said, who was in the audience, Brian McKnight was in the audience. All it takes, right, is one person to see you out there, and your whole life can change. So Mario, let's talk about your experience on I Can See Your Voice.
Being on I Can See Your Voice was national TV. That was my first time. I mean, I said, I'm going to practice my butt off. I'm not going to screw this up. I said, you get one chance. And I did that. And it came out very successful. I mean, from the producers of the show, even the celebrity judges, they were like saying, all right, oh my God, this guy is amazing. So that was amazing. And then also to have my followers see me on TV, they were just waiting for me to have that big moment on national TV, and it happened.
And when you had that moment, how did you feel?
Oh, amazing. It was phenomenal. I mean, I was like, I have an opportunity to be on national TV. I said, I'm really going to go for it.
And you seem like you've maintained the spirit of gratitude and humility. What are some of the keys in the industry of just staying grounded, not letting because as we both know, the spotlight can be on you one day and the next day it's gone. So you don't want to put all your eggs in. Because does it ever feel like, or did you ever experience wanting to please people, so you're going above and beyond to continue to get that validation and applause?
Yeah, I just want to say that you have to stay humble, you have to stay level-headed, because there's always somebody better than you. You got to know that. You got to know it's there's always somebody better than you. So there's going to be a better pianist, going to be a better singer. So you can't go out there saying that I'm it. You know, because you're not it, because there's going to be somebody else who's going to and stay.
Mario, what's next for you?
Well, what's next for me? I have a single coming out, Look at Me Now. And, you know, this song came about.
Like that.
Yeah, Look at Me Now. I call it the inspirational anthem. Because this song is gearing towards, actually, it was birthed out of my sister. She had breast cancer, and she's a survivor. And so I wrote a song for one of my concerts that I did. And I had the survivors come on stage, and then the City of Hope lady was in the audience, and she said, "Come sing it for our gala." So I sang in front of 800 people, and everyone standing up at the end, standing up crying and applauding. And so I have to record the song. So it's called "Look at Me Now." It's coming out June 20th on Father's Day, and it's an amazing song, and it's dealing with, you know, going through the pain, and then no matter how the obstacle is, you can come out of it, and you can, at the end, you can say, "Look at me now."
And is your music on all digital platforms?
Yes, it's on Amazon. You can go to mariobryant.com.
So who is Mario Bryant?
Who is Mario Bryant? Mario Bryant is a person that has a big, huge heart and that cares for people. Of course, I have, you know, wife and kids, and when I go outside the house, I got to make sure that I'm upholding that standard of our family. And the same thing that was birthed down, you know, from generation to generation. My father was the same way, and he was a model for me. So I like to really, you know, help out people. And main thing I like to do is I like to bring together nationalities.
It's a pleasure having you on the show, sir, and we wish you the best of luck.
Right.
We'll be following you. Make sure to follow Mario on Instagram at
Mario Bryant, Facebook Mario Bryant.
There you go.
Twitter Mario.
There you go, Mario Bryant. All right, everybody, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Scott Doc back at you. Catch me on Tuesday with my main man Brandon Holt on the Brandon Holt Show. We're going to be streaming on YouTube at 7 p.m. CST, and we're going to tackle and address some of the issues and the barriers pertaining to bariatric surgery. Let's go get it, LBL.
So, Brandon, we talk a lot about the barriers that people face related to weight loss surgery. And true, some of those barriers are related to insurance company and a lot of the criteria that most insurance companies put patients through. But you would be surprised, a lot of the barriers are within the patient themselves because of fear. There are a lot of fears that people have based on the unknown. And rightly so. I think it's very important to understand all the potential risks. But if you really do your research, you'll find that surgical intervention for weight loss for healthy means is actually very safe to the extent that we can look at these fears and understand them. In fact, a lot of my patients come to me and they will say, Doc, I'm scared. And you know what I'll tell them? I'm scared too. And they laugh and say, Doc, you can't be scared. You're the doctor. And I tell them that it's okay to be scared. So these fears we talk about, and it's a good fear that I reference. So if you have too much fear, you're seeing ghosts, you're paranoid. No fear at all, you're cavalier, somewhat potentially even cocky about it, and you don't really take in consideration all the risk involved. But a little bit of fear is what I call keeping you on your A game. It makes you accountable and understand the importance of what you're embarking upon. But also for me, the fear that I reference is the fact that I take your case serious as well. And so as you take your surgical intervention serious, I think it's very important that the whole medical team understands that piece. And so having a little bit of fear is A-okay. And so as we begin to help with those fears, it's also understand it's through knowledge. And I call that the empowerment. As you begin to empower yourself through the knowledge you get through our seminars or multidisciplinary preoperative workup, you'll find that this too can help you with these fears. So as I referenced, it's the education that empowers the individual. We understand there's power in knowledge, and the more you understand, and believe it, you can't appropriately consent for surgery if you're not appropriately informed. And so one of the things that I challenge individuals to do is make sure you understand which procedure you're having, why that procedure, which is a tool, will be best for you, but understanding how that tool will work for you. Everyone wants to know, Doc, what exercise can give me that six-pack or those buns of steel? And I tell them I have the exact one for them. It's the one that you will do. It makes no sense for me to create a workout for you that you won't do, which correlates to surgery. Which tool best for you is the one you allow to work for you, and that's through information education. If you understand the pitfalls, if you understand the restrictions, if you understand the limitations, that will better set you off for long-term success. So, as you embark upon this journey, remember, embrace it through knowledge. The knowledge will give you that comfort and will help mitigate some of the fears you have. Because at the end of the day, as you begin, you think it here, but you'll feel it there, and you'll transition to a new you. I hope these tidbits were helpful today as it pertains to getting over some of these barriers as it pertains to weight loss surgery. And remember, and live by losing, we've got your back. You talk, we listen, you succeed.
And I am here with the one and only award-winning author. Her name is Marie Lamel, all the way out here from Hollywood, California. Marie,
Thanks for having me. This is great, Brandon.
So glad to have you. Tell me about some of your projects.
I was honored by a UK organization, a Global Excellence Award, for PR Agency of the Year. This is amazing.
Congratulations.
For the state of California. So
Wow.
I'm very proud of that. That was just unexpected. And I go hard for my clients. They call me the PR gangster.
Hey, did y'all hear that? I'm with the PR gangster.
So I'm all about the guru. Before there was Olivia Pope, there was Marie Bell. Remember that. Scandal's over, but Platinum Star PR is still going on.
There it is. And how long has your company been around?
I have been in operation since the year 2000.
Marie, what do you love most about what you do?
I love being able to watch clients, whether it's an individual, it's a company, product, service, lifestyle, becomes known, becomes a household name, you know, their brand awareness. We are all our own individual brand. You know, you are more than just yourself. You know, you represent what you do, what you're about, what you achieve, what your passion is. You represent that. You are your why. You know, why you do what you do, why people should follow you, why people should listen to you.
And I can imagine the feeling of fulfillment when you see your clients land in big roles.
Even your best actors, your A-list, when they get a role that's something that they haven't done before and really stretch that, you know, their talent, they go seek out an acting coach. So don't ever feel you can stop learning. You can always do better.
With the multi-time author, Marie Lamel, lights, camera, action. I like that plan at the end.
Well, it's really a work in progress because we're almost there, because I want to make sure you have enough information. So when you decide you want to come to Hollywood, you can hit the ground running with this book. This is a plan. It's not, you know, when you say action on a set, you have to be ready to go. So that means when you come here to California or anywhere you're filming, you better be ready to hit the ground running. There's no learning curve. You need to be ready and have that information. So this is how to survive and succeed in Hollywood. It's not just for actors. You could be in the makeup department. You could be, you know, you could be a carpenter in the industry, because why? They're building sets every day. They need electricians. They need all kind of people behind the scenes, not just people in front. So just know that. This is your little guidebook. This is your little pocketbook. You can have notes in there, and you know, it's gonna help you make some good decisions.
And the key is stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan.
Don't just read the book, but apply the book.
Yes, yes. Put that in action. That's why the word action plan. Put it in action.
So if someone wants an autographed copy right now, how can they get a copy?
Well, there's a waiting list. So I would suggest that you send me an email at Marie Lamel, Lemelle, at PlatinumStarPR.com. You can find me on Instagram, and you can send me a DM at PlatinumStarPR.
The next book is I Am Not My Illness.
I am a health writer. And a lot of my articles have been published in the Los Angeles Wave newspaper, which is online as well as in print. And after talking to hundreds of people who have health challenges, I realized that they are not their illness. And I want to share some of those personal stories of inspiration and hope, because it inspired me. I dedicated this to my parents because they both have passed in the last 5 years or so from different illnesses. But, you know, just to know that you're not alone is so important.
Look, so you have this other book, The Female Code. A woman's book for empowerment and self-confidence. Okay. I see you, Marie. I see you. So, Marie, given the danger of Black America, there's a lot going on. It seems like it's getting worse and worse. Tell us about the Green Book.
As an activist, I have to say that, you know, what's been going on since, well, way before George Floyd, but George Floyd, God rest his soul, that event changed the face of this world. It really put us on blast as Americans in U.S. So it's time to really, really, really change things. Okay, the Green Book, if you remember the Oscar-winning movie, The Green Book, okay, based on this little tourist guide that was for Black Americans. It was written by a Black man out of New York, starting in the 1930s. So since then, people needed to have a guide of where they could get gas, get their hair done, get barbering, get snacks, where to stay at night, hotels. So it really was where you could avoid trouble and not have someone telling you no, a proprietor saying we don't serve you. So it was very important, and it lasted till about, I say 1964, somewhere around there. What is interesting that maybe people don't know? Yes, there's cities to avoid, but there's also cities that are called sundown towns.
Sundown towns. Sundown towns, okay.
Remember that term. And I live in one of those. Glendale, California was a sundown town. What that means is if you are not white, you look like anything else other than white, you better be off the premises, out of the city limits by sundown. So that meant 5:36, depending on what time of the year, you know, ghost town when it came to anybody that was Black, Asian, Latino, whatever the case may be, or you were subjected to basically legal hate crimes because it was considered legal because it's an ordinance. You know, so if the police harassed you, if they beat you down, if they locked you up, give you a ticket, whatever the case may be, that you could not fight that. You know you're in a sundown town, why are you still on the streets? So why would they be in sundown towns in the first place? A lot of times because they were maids, they were butlers, they were drivers, they worked in the, you know, the grocery store, the steel mill, whatever it was. And this was across the nation. California, as progressive as we're supposed to be, has over 100 sundown towns that we know about. Still today? Well, basically, because Glendale was outed last year by Tara Peterson, who is an executive director for the YWCA here in Glendale. They did a report, submitted it to the mayor and the city council and said, you need to apologize for being a sundown town, recognize that you were racist, and come up with a resolution, adopt a resolution. They did that in 2020. Just happened, okay? This has been going on for whatever. They used to hold KKK rallies here. That's how deep it was, okay? So the thing is, they're the first city, and I'm proud of Glendale for that because I've been here 15 years, to actually apologize and adopt a resolution. So we need other cities across the nation to do the same thing. So we coming after you. And how do they do that? How do you get the message out? Well, through the Brandon Holt Show. And also, you know, I mean, hey, why not? But I mean, there are articles out there about it, and there is mention about it, and you'll know which ones are that way, sundown town, because there is some history, but people are trying to hide it. You know, there used to be signage saying, if you know what's good for you, get your ass out of, you know, our town. So it is really something that we have to change. You know, we definitely have to change. There are monuments, there are mountains, there are streets named after people who were definitely racist. We need to change that. The word is getting out there. So do your own research in your own city. Try to find out what's going on. Go to the historian, you know, go to the library. You'll get that. Or contact me because I am now on the board of the YWCA here in Glendale. So we are all about making sure that we make some changes. Can I ask you a question? Yes. Where do you get your inspiration from? You know, my inspiration about life? Just in general. Because you seem so inspirational and encouraging, just a great source of information. Well, I have to say that my parents instilled in me that, you know, just keep your mind open, continue to expand it. And I was always a very curious person, a very curious child, and I always kind of challenged the teachers, and they didn't like it, but you know, I wanted to know more. I felt like there was always something left out of our history. I don't know where I got the militant part from, but I'm a child of the 60s. I think because when I first heard about the Black Panthers, because I born and raised in Los Angeles, the Black Panthers were well known here in LA and Oakland, California. And I don't know, I just thought I should be wearing red, black, and green like them and wear a beret, cocked to the side, and because I just always felt that I never liked to see vulnerable people be taken advantage of. And it was just natural, but it did come from my parents because they were always helping the community. They were community helpers, whatever they needed to do, help people just do better, be better, feel better. They did that.
When I listen to you, I don't see someone, this is not what you do. This is not what Marie does. But listening to you, this is who you are. Like this is in your soul of making a difference, promoting positivity, helping people. And you can hear it in your speech that you're passionate about what you do.
Well, that's the key. And thank you for that. That's the key. If you find your passion and make that part of, how you, just continue with life, it won't feel like a job. I'm busy.
You heard her. She has her hand in different things, putting the puzzle together. How do you find time to take care, self-care? Because someone watching the show, they're doing the same thing, maybe a different discipline or career. And they're probably stressed when all time high. I just want to come home and go to sleep and shut my phone off. How do you balance everything that you have going on in your personal life?
Great question. Self-care is so important. And that's why I wrote the book about my illness, because if you don't get the stress out your life, then you're not going to have the motivation and energy to do other things. But, I go get massages, facials, travel, go out to eat. I mean, I cook too, but when you're out dining...
Whoa. I can't let that go. So you can cook. What's your best dish, Marie?
Okay.
We want to know.
So I was born and raised in LA, but I come from Louisiana roots. So you already know what's up. You better know how to do something in the kitchen. So my best dish, I would say like a seafood gumbo. That's you can't go wrong with that. And even though I'm a pescatarian, meaning I only eat fish now, short ribs, I can kill it. I love short ribs. I love smothered turkey. And if you haven't had smothered turkey with gravy, I mean, forget about the roasted. You get it smothered, it's over.
Now, Marie, you know it would have been real nice, PR gangster, to have some of these examples you're talking about on set today, but maybe next time.
Well, when the Brandon Holt show is the Brandon Holt cooking show.
Y'all heard that. You heard that. Hey, everybody, we are here with Marie Lamel. Marie, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Honored to meet you, proud of you, keep pushing.
Thank you.
Where can we see you in 2 years?
Hopefully getting another award on national TV.
Terra forte vento su una vecchia terrazza davanti go fuori sorriento un uomo abbraccia in grazia dopo avea pianto poi si schisca la voce e ricomincia il canto te voglio